Yo, it's J Money. You're watching a JMMA production. I fucking missed you guys. Fucking missed you guys. I fucking missed you guys. But I'm back, bitch. What up? It's Jason, aka J Money, and welcome back to another JMMA production. Now I know what everyone's probably saying. Jason, hadn't done videos in weeks. Listen, let me explain to you right now. Okay? I have been very busy for the past couple weeks. I've been doing with some stuff. I've been with A, work, B, school, and I have also been trying to take care of a couple things. With a couple things, I won't get into details about it. It's just a lot of stuff. And also, I've had some congestion. I've been congested for a while, so I sound very. My voice may not be the same as it is right now, but I think I'm now alright enough to do this video. So, we're gonna get into it right now. First off, we're gonna get into the big oven room that just came today, about 10 hours ago, and that is the brand new Nintendo NS. Not the NX, the NS. Yes, Nintendo, recent as of this moment, 10 hours ago, has released the new console. It's called Nintendo Switch. It was previously codenamed the NX, and it was announced this morning, and it's going to be released in March of 2017. So, what does that mean? The home and portable. Now, you know, the Wii U and your 3DS, guess what? Instead of two, boom, one game. It is officially one system. That means the Switch is what the Nintendo Switch is. It's a tablet with detachable controllers that you can dock with your TV and you can play your games anywhere. That's right. So that means if you have a home console, like you actually have a home game, a game that's basically played like Legend of Zelda, it's usually a home console. You have to wait to like get this thing like digitally downloaded on your 3DS or something. Guess what? It's just one thing. This now the game actually has unveiled this thing, a short 3-minute concept video. So it has a small little bit of information. It's going to follow up with press releases in the future. Now it's going to provide more information soon, according the games list, the specs, and the price. But for now, let's talk about this thing. A, it combines both home and portable gaming. Simple. So that means, guess what? You can play this game in your house. Then you can then what you do, like you have to leave, right? So what you do is, let's say this. I got this here. So basically like this 3DS, right? So what it is here, this half is basically cut off. So you pull the tablet out of the docking station next to the TV, boom. Then you just put these two things they are actually separate controllers. So you just grab each one, just magnetic, I guess through magnetic or some sort, boom, boom. You pretty much play it like it's a regular, like it's a 3DS, right? Boom. It's also all on one console. It's also one screen. So, both Nintendo's home and portable game libraries are one platform. That means you don't have to have like a Wii U at home. You play like Smash 4 on a Wii U, then you have to leave, then you just have to play like the 3DS game, your 3DS version of it. So, instead of having separate games, Nintendo has created one game that can be played by everyone. And the best thing about it is, you don't have to buy two pieces of this game of hardware to enjoy all the games anymore. So that means, just like Pokemon, you actually just have to play portable. You can only play on the go. You can't just, you always wanted to play in your house like nothing. Guess what? Now you can play it at home and on the go at the same time. Perfect. There's many control options in this. So there's joysticks and buttons on both sides of it. So you can play Zelda while used in tandem. You can break them off like pieces of candy bar, hand one to a friend, and you guys can play Mario Kart anywhere you like, just between two people. Now, that means the player's control option is limited to one joystick and a handful of buttons. Perfect. So, with many games like this, it already has set up. You can also play multiplayer games, local multiplayer games, with 2 or more Switch consoles. So, you have the option of controlling a game with one controller in each hand, like playing an old school Wii game with a remote nunchuck attachment. Guess what? Now, the controllers are called Joy-Cons. That means you can put them into an accessory called the Joy-Con Grip, create a single controller that's sort of shaped like a standard gamepad. Okay, now if you want a standard gameplay pad experience for the hardcore gamers, now if you're a hardcore gamer and you don't like that, something like that, guess what? There's a Pro controller. Boom, a Pro controller. It's, by the looks of it, it looks like an Xbox controller, as people said. Now the season does leave some unanswered questions. 1. Is the screen on the Switch a touchscreen? Maybe. We didn't see anyone touch it, but it may be or maybe not touchable. Do the Joy-Cons have motion sensors? 50-50. It's 50-50 on either side. And can you use this to point and click at the TV screen like a remote? We are not sure. No one knows yet. So, we gotta wait for that till that comes through. So, now, Nintendo Switch will have video games from Nintendo and other software makers. So, of course, what we saw in the video was 1, we got Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That came out. We already knew this was coming to the NS prior to the announcement because, obviously, they told us about it at E3. So, we knew this was going to happen. And it says it's going to be identical to the Wii U version. So, that's what we know. Next, Skyrim. Guess what? That RPG epic is coming to the Switch. There's a Switch port coming in. So, to any Skyrim players, guess what? Your game is coming to the Switch. Mario Kart 8, guess what? It's basically a port. It's going to be a port. The next one, guess what? NBA 2K17 is going to be on the Switch. So, any 2K players, congratulations. That baby is coming on there. Very fun. The next one, there's going to be there's a new Mario game in style of Super Mario 64 coming to the Switch, which is something the Wii U never gave. So, that's coming. And Splatoon. Now, it looks like it's a port, but the characters have customizable hairstyles. So that means it's maybe an upgrade to this port, or it's a true sequel. So we don't know. But Ubisoft also announced back in this year's E3 that Just Dance is coming to the Switch. We didn't see it in the video because it may be... I think it's maybe because the Joy-Cons have motion controls, but Nintendo isn't ready to announce that yet. So, Ubisoft's dance game will come in around the time when we get that notice. Now, Nintendo Switch is powered by a version of NVIDIA's Tegra mobile processor. I don't know much about the lingo in this. So, what is in here, it's a high-performance mobile gaming chip. NVIDIA wrote in their blog, the high-efficiency scalable processor includes a NVIDIA GPU based on the same architecture as the world's top-performing GeForce gaming graphics cards. It says, knowing that it was involved in the creation of the algorithms, the computer architecture, the system design, system software, APIs, game engines, and peripherals. Next, there are many different publishers and developers who have pledged their involvement into supporting this console. Now, that means none of them means they're gonna immediately release games on the platform. Just they're gonna look into it for a minute. So we got big names like Activision, Atlas, Bandai Namco, Bethesda, Capcom, EA, Koei Tecmo, Konami, Square Enix, Sega, Warner Brothers, Ubisoft, Telltale, Cryware, Havoc. So that means we're gonna have some big ones. Some big names have are planning on supporting, have publicly announced support for Switch. Does that mean you're gonna have games released to them, or we're gonna see like a Tekken 7 port for the Switch, or a Street Fighter 5 port for Switch? We don't know. We just need to slow her down for a second. It could happen. It might not happen. Who knows? So we gotta see what we get from there. And let's see. Next, games are gonna be sold on small SD size memory cards. Basically, the games are gonna be sold like that. So like these, about the size of a 3DS game cartridge, like here, right here, which I have. I am playing a game right now. I'm playing Smash 4 3DS. For 3DS. That means how big their cards are, how much memory it has. I don't know. That no promise that every game will get such officially released, of course. So there's gonna be some games that's gonna be just digital released. And the big thing is, like I said, a kickstand. Nice. It is nice. So, I got this, came from Wired.com, an article from Wired.com. It is, seriously, Wired.com is a great thing to know about it. So yeah, that's what I think about. So yeah, the Nintendo Switch. That is what's coming out in March. In 2017, it's got announced this morning to by Nintendo. What can we expect from this? I hope that this is going to be a great. So, this is what I think is going to happen. I think there is going to be some new games. There's going to be new games that came out. So, when I saw the video that came out earlier today, they had one thing that was a big thing about it was one of the things is they had Splatoon, and it looked like more like an in like the same like in an esports arena. So does that mean that if this is a sequel to the game, does that mean that this game is going to be like a competitive game? Because honestly, that to me, that seems like a fun thing, like more like a Counter-Strike type of game, like more like team-based gameplay, which is something Counter-Strike actually does. Now, are we going to have like stuff like supply drops and stuff like that? Now, I'm just saying is, Nintendo, please don't do something like that and like that gambling stuff, because people will do something like that. Let's just have stuff like that, like maybe like level up in, maybe how about this, like level up and stuff, like competitive gameplay, like in multiplayer. No, like have to level up to get more weapons and more health and stuff or something like that. You know, that's something that could work. Now there's other games I think it's gonna happen. There's gonna be another Super Smash Bros. Port. People have said that's probably something that they would do. Me, I mean, that is, very interesting. I know definitely they're gonna try to have a Pokemon game. There's so many things. It's this hyped moment. This console comes out like 5 months from now. I'm hoping this is a big thing. I think it's gonna be hyped up to be great and amazing. So tell me, what do you guys think about this new console? What can we expect from now to March? What games do you think is going to be on the list? I mean, I know a big one is Nintendo is going to be Pokemon, especially coming to the NX. So what do we expect from this? To me, I think this is kind of an interesting one, and I think this will work perfectly. They collect the Pokemon Go stuff. I say this: Nintendo Switch, make this console be pretty much this game. You get to go to every region, play all the gyms, do all the stories, back and forth through start to finish. Like, now I know first thing is they could do is since Pokemon did a Pokemon Generations thing, this is what I think could happen. Their miniseries of Pokemon Generations is a miniseries that's on YouTube right now. This is what they could do. Since they've done this stuff, here's the idea. Why don't you do like what Telltale does with like Walking Dead games. You know, like having episode 1 is basically like you just playing Kanto, and then you have to pay like a couple bucks for the next one, That's what makes people want to buy more after that. You know, make people want to play the game more. And honestly, that seems like a fun thing to do, and that would be an amazing thing. Like, see how you progress. By the time you're done, and basically the final boss is like probably a Pokemon master like you, like I say Red. I say, how about this? Like Red, you just a regular trainer, you fully customized trainer, everything. Basically, after all the regions, the last challenge you have left is you versus Red. You have basically like his 6 strongest Pokemon take on your 6 strongest Pokemon from all the regions you've collected, and basically like the ultimate battle. That's what I think should happen. I'm gonna leave that up to you. What do you guys think about this new Nintendo Switch? Tell me what you guys think. I will probably leave the link to the Nintendo Switch video in the description below. Maybe in the iCircle as well. Also, let me know about this on Facebook and Twitter. You know, all my accounts, right in the link in the description below. Both links are in the description below. Let me know what you guys think. Tell me what you guys want to know. Leave what you guys think. Also, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think in the future. Okay, moving on. So, earlier today, as much as good news as the Nintendo Switch announcement came, the bad news came also earlier today with the news that I don't think a lot of people was ready for. And that was Louisville's announcement about the notice of allegations sent by the NCAA to the University of Louisville. Now, what we know is that Louisville is not going to suffer any like very serious penalties at the moment because of Louisville, I believe Louisville doing what they did, banning themselves from postseason this last year and all last season and all that stuff, and other things we done to not get as much trouble as we have, as this has happened. It's mostly these violations that have been announced is going towards Rick Pitino for quote unquote being unaware of his team doing this stuff. Now, honestly, in my opinion, this is kind of an interesting thing to talk about. This is kind of interesting how this works. I don't know much about it. It is just... Now, some people are going to saying a bunch of things. I, for one, am honestly, this is an interesting thing. Now, Rick Pitino is supposed to be charged with somehow this stuff with what's going on here. So, this is what we know, basically. So, it is an interesting thing. It is a big thing to do with media. He was charged with this about, like it says here, about 10 hours ago. The allegations are already out. It's basically what's supposed to be going on is that Louisville is not going to face any sanctions in regard, but the school itself is charging, the NCAA is charging Rick Pitino for failure to monitor Andre McGee, who was a staffer at the time of this allegation. So this case isn't going to go in front of the committees of infractions, the people who actually revoke the penalties until the spring of 2017, and the additional penalties, like for example, won't be announced likely until the prior of the 2017 season, which is going to be coming through, which is basically a year from now. It's an interesting name. It's what we're going to have here. So until that time happens, this is what we got here. So Rick Pitino is telling. So Rick Pitino, that's what's going on here with the deal here with the scandal, of U of L scandal. So it's an interesting. Excuse me. Now there is an insider report thing with Jay Bills, but it's an insider thing according to ESPN. You have to have a subscription. I don't have that stuff. It's just now here's one that actually came in from a free one. Basically, it's free ad. Reason I'm planning on shaving my beard, just in case anyone asks. It's annoying as shit. I'm just keeping this beard until. Basically, I'm just trying to tell myself, Jason, just maintain till Halloween. Yeah, I'm keeping this to Halloween. I'm just gonna shave it off at Halloween, then I'm gonna start no shave November. Trust me, it's gonna be fun. Trust me, this is gonna be a long ass time, but that's all I'm just gonna do is just grab a. So yes, this is what it is. Basically, Louisville has escaped potentially serious penalties stemming from this investigation. The program itself escaped potentially dangerous serious penalties like now vacation of a title. Now someone did say that this is something that's not gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. So what it says here. So this is what it is. The NCAA's noticeable allegations includes 4 level 1 charges. 1 going to Rick Pitino, 2 are directed to McGee, and 4 are aimed at a former assistant named Brandon Williams. So the university didn't get charged with any violations such as a lack of institutional control or failure to monitor. Those are 2 of the most egregious NCAA infractions. Now, Pitino could face a steep penalty for this. Now, although the NCAA did not say Pitino was complicit or charged him with a committing violation, it alleges that the coach did not monitor McGee and failed to spot check his program, including actively looking for red flags. That's what it says in that thing here. Pitino said during the news conference of his allegations, that it said the people who investigated this were highly professional, they were fair. Do I agree with the failure to monitor my staff? No, I overly monitor my staff. Pitino, Pitino has repeatedly denied any knowledge of the accusations made by former escort Katina Powell in her October 2015 book, Breaking Cardinal Rules. Powell said that McGee paid her and other escorts thousands of dollars and gave them tickets to games in exchange for sex with gruesome players in the players' dormitory building in Murray Hall, which was named after Rick Pitino's brother-in-law, who sadly died during the 9/11 attacks. The NCAA agreed, alleging that McGee paid some $5,400 to the escorts. So Powell's attorney Larry Wilder said the notice of allegations absolutely confirms that Katina Powell told the truth in her book, and in each of her meetings with NCAA, you can say what you want about Katina Powell and decisions she made, but you can't call her a liar. When will they, in this case the University of Louisville and Rick Pitino, acknowledge that Ms. Powell is something more than what she was accused of being, which is a liar? The way they treated this lady when she came out and told the truth would scare the hell out of anybody who was interested in telling the truth. Pitino, athletic director Tom George, and acting university president Dr. Neville Pinto said that they plan to dispute the charges against the coach. The NOA does contain a narrow allegation, which we will dispute, that Coach Pitino failed to monitor Andre McGee, according to Tom George. If he would have caught the whiff of what is going on, he would have hit the roof. Which is honestly true. Which, honestly, now I'm going to stop for this right here. Which is honestly a true thing, because understand, this is a place named after. So if something like this has happened, believe, honestly, Rick Pitino would have started immediately suspended players. I wouldn't say to dismiss them, but probably suspend them harshly. And then any assistants who've done this would have been immediately terminated on the spot. Which is what he did say. What he did say. So this is what he said. So, it was someone there. Now, Pitino did say that I wish it would have been leaked out to me because it would have been stopped immediately. Of course. Like I said, it would have been immediately just stopped. It would have been like, as soon as it started, boom, shut down. Because Pitino knows that's not supposed to happen. Now, let me continue on. Tom Jurgens also said, we need to get kids comfortable to come and talk to us when there's a wrong. The NCAA says McGee's payments made for at least 17 athletes and recruits can be construed as impermissible benefits. I asked it to myself a million times, should he have known? George asked of Pitino, and I have come to the conclusion that he could not have known. The activity was clearly kept from him. Which is very exactly, because understand, something like this, because if this has gone on for a long time, this is something that Pitino honestly does not know. Because if he knew about it and around that time frame immediately, he would have shut it down in a snap, and this would not be something big. Now, a source familiar with the testimony said that 3 Louisville recruits provided to investigators told Outsider Lines John Barr on Thursday that the NCAA was very conservative in terms of the allegations leveled. They also say, it kind of mystifies me a little bit. How can you have strippers and escorts on a college campus and the head coach is not responsible for that? How on earth can you not charge a program with a lack of institutional control where there is a criminal conduct on your campus? The source said, this is not something that was a one-time occurrence. It has occurred on multiple occasions. Now, this is also this, but what Pitino did or did not know might not matter. Under most recent NCAA enforcement legislation that was enacted in 2014, a head coach is presumed to be responsible for the actions of any and all staff members and can be held accountable for their violations, even if a coach is aware of the notice or not. So, what that means in layman's terms, not knowing what happened is no longer a defense. The NCAA stance is that the head coach should have known. So, using this case present, coaches who had faced similar charges have seen multi-game suspensions. For example, last season, Jim Boeheim of Syracuse and then SMU coach Larry Brown were each forced for 9 games over their violations. Now, Andre McGee, who has moved on to and later resigned from University of Missouri, Kansas City, just after a book was released, he refused to talk to NCAA investigators, which is basically a sign that this dude, that there has been that has happened, and he is not tried bring up. Now, Williams, who was on the staff I believe at around that time, he refused to turn over his phone records. Now, refusing to cooperate with NCAA investigators are considered major breaches of ethical conduct, which typically results in very, very harsh penalties. So, acknowledging that violations likely did occur in the hopes of mitigating further penalties, Louisville last season had to self-imposed postseason demand. They cut scholarships and reduced their recruiting access. Now, according to what they said was, Pitino said in a statement that these penalties are that they have said The NCAA did notice these efforts in that document, recognizing the imposition of meaningful corrective measures and or penalties. So, the NCAA acknowledges that NCAA, we are going to give you some credit, Louisville, for at least doing the right things. Nice corrective measures. Now, the allegations underscore why, now, as George Patino said in a statement, these allegations underscore why it was appropriate for the university to impose strict penalties on our basketball program earlier this year. The penalties we imposed were among the most severe penalties ever self-imposed by an NCAA member. Now, earlier this month, Patino said that the school's self-imposed sanctions should be enough to satisfy the NCAA. Now, as of this moment, from this notice, the school has 90 days to respond to this notice and dispute any of its findings. Then the NCAA will have 60 days to review that response. That timetable, coupled with the meeting schedule for the NCAA's Committee on Infractions, means that neither Patino nor the university is going to know any of the penalties, at least until the spring of 2017, which means it might come in at the end of last season of the season that's coming up. Now, in conjunction with the university, the NCAA hired 2 consultants named Chuck Smart and Steve Thompson, who led the investigation and conducted more than 90 interviews. Steve Thompson says, "We've gone above and beyond in all our efforts to get to the truth in this case. I'm not sure there's anything more this university could have done in this investigation to get to the truth." So, that information was from ESPN staff writers Brian Bennett and John Barr, and from the Associated Press, who contributed to this report right here. So, honestly, in my opinion, so let me give my thoughts about this. So, Louisville has, so one news about this was, the program isn't getting any harsh penalties. That's sort of a good thing. I mean, what we did was enough to make the NCAA not go above and beyond. Now, the bigger question that could come in the future is one thing people have said is the vacation of 2013 NCAA championship that Louisville won around the time this happened. The question is, would this be something that could be taken? Could they vacate that championship away from Louisville? Well, I think let's look at the no side of this, because now what I did hear from the interview from the press conference while I was in the car with my dad, they actually did say a little bit during that interview that this might not be something that would not happen. It's a violation that might not come around. Now, it could be a penalty. That could be a penalty, but it's a long shot. That is all part of a long list. So it means it could happen, but it's most likely might not. Who knows? Vacation of record and wins and stuff isn't rare. Now, only thing I can think of that's similar to this is what happened with University of Memphis when John Calipari was around at the time. That kind of is one example from there, like the application of an ineligible player and all that stuff. It's an interesting concept. It's interesting. It's new. It's different. So, question is, it maybe yes, no, maybe so. Who knows? What we know is that's what could happen at the time frame. That's honestly all I can think of at that point. So, what can I say about now Rick Pitino? I believe this. Rick Pitino did not know anything, because just like we've heard from before, if Rick Pitino did know about this any time, this would have been something that would have been dealt with a whole lot sooner, and a whole lot quicker, because Rick Pitino is someone who would lose his shit, especially you're doing this in a dormitory, which is named after his late brother-in-law, I'm probably sure he would know this immediately. Especially other staffers, especially from, and also during this interview, he did say during when Rick Pitino was talking, there was one thing about it he said was that his brother-in-law's kids, late brother-in-law, has kids who actually live in that dormitory. So they would have known if something happened there as well. So that means this is an interesting thing that may have happened or may not have happened. We do not know. It is an interesting story. So it's kind of something that is possible not have happened. It may have happened. We do not know. It's an interesting thing. I say this. I don't think now it's fair that Rick Pitino is going to get punished for not watching Andre McGee more carefully. I mean, I don't think it's fair, but it's honestly, if you were unaware, honestly, I think he was truly unaware of it, and I don't think he should get suspended for something like this. I think Louisville he's going to plead a case, and the NCAA might drop that violation. It might be something we might see. Who knows? It's going to be an interesting thing. Next few months. It's going to be a wild thing. The big one is I hope this doesn't affect University of Louisville when they actually play this coming season within the next couple weeks. Honestly, this is an interesting thing. That's honestly my opinion. I hope this gets dealt with fairly soon. One big thing I do want to acknowledge is this took a short amount of time. Because it's been about a year since this all occurred, and it got done in about a year. What's really interesting is the University of North Carolina has had some violations as well, yet this has taken about 5-6 years, and there hasn't been enough allegations yet. So my question is, why hasn't there been any investigations? Why isn't there anything going around? That's why I'm asking. Fair. So, that's my opinion on that. That's what I have to say about this. Let me know about this in the comment section below. Tell me, what do you guys think is going to happen with Louisville? Let me know on Facebook and Twitter. Give me your thoughts on this U of L scandal. This recent development came up. Alright. This recent development. And finally, for this last bit of a video tonight, for next video, I'm planning on doing next, and this is going to be a while before I get everything done. I'm probably going to try to see if I can get this done before my birthday comes, around the time my birthday comes, or at least before election. Now, I know if you're asking me this question, hey Jason, who are you voting for president? Honestly, I don't want to talk about politics. I really don't want to talk about it. All I can say is about this election is if either Trump or Clinton comes president, chances are you might want to leave the country if either one of them is president. Something's gonna happen. Some bullshit will happen, and I know it's gonna happen. It's a feeling. So, if you feel like leaving for another country, probably get your passports right now. It costs $100, and it's $100, but trust me, you're gonna need it. Need that motherfucker. But anyway, Nintendo's. So anyway, new video I'm planning on doing is a big one. So, if you know me over years, you know how big of a wrestling fan I am. Okay? You know how big of a wrestling fan I am. So, what I'm planning on doing is, from 1996 to 2015, I am planning on doing a top 20 list. It's all in my opinion. Basically, I'm just watch, because basically, it's going to be simple. All pay-per-view, all WWE pay-per-views. I never watched any WCW pay-per-views because A, I was too young to watch any, and B, by the time I was probably old enough to even probably remember any of them, business that was gone. No ECW pay-per-views. I've not watched any TNA pay-per-views ever, so yeah. It's going to be just WWE pay-per-views. That's all it's going to be. WWE pay-per-views, nothing else. That's all it is. This is going to be couch. Now, this one's going to be a big one. It's going to be one for every year. From 1996 to 2015. That's 20 years. So, yeah, one pay-per-view from each year. So yeah. So, there's going to be like a bunch of pay-per-view matches you can say is better than, oh, that one's better than that one. There's one better than that one. Understand, this is all my opinion. That's the first video. Now there's gonna be I will do a second one, and this time you guys can make the list for me. You guys make the list for me. I'll create something like on Google Documents or something, and then you guys just feel free to like put your list in there, and we just make something out of it, and we make it work. All right. Now then, so that's what I'm planning on doing soon. I hope you guys enjoy this. Now listen, I hope you guys enjoyed this production. I'm gonna end this right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this little thing. I say this to anyone who's gonna try to vote. Go out and vote. Seriously, whoever you vote for, I don't care who you vote for. You can, if you're voting for Trump, and okay, I might judge you a little bit, but go ahead and vote for Trump if you don't care. If you feel like it. If you want to vote for Clinton, go ahead and vote for Clinton. Doesn't matter who you vote for some third-party candidate or write in your votes or whatever. I always say this: if you seriously go to this election, try vote for election. So just put a name down, at least vote for someone. Just write in. You can write in a vote. Seriously, just write in anyone, or your dog, or or your cat, or fish, or snake, or whatever. Just put your vote in. At least go to vote. Don't just be like those people who are like, oh, I don't like either candidate. I don't want to vote for either one. Seriously, there's other races too. You got stuff with like Congress, senators, city councils, judges, school board. Seriously, there's a lot of people there's a lot of positions. And your vote counts. No matter what anyone says, your vote doesn't make a difference. Trust me, it has. There's been one vote. There's been elections that had one vote, and it has made all the difference. All right, trust me on this one. Just go out and vote. Trust me. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a thumbs up for it. Share this with your friends and all social media, all you can. Share this video. Subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, I'm Jason Johnson. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace out. Money out. It's been later.